The story began when Gotham's Halloween night, filled with laughter and celebration, was shattered by the brutal murder of a father in front of his child. As Batman followed the trail, he uncovered a dark scheme led by the Joker, Two-Face, and Scarecrow. By poisoning the city's water supply with fear toxin, Scarecrow plunged Gotham into a waking nightmare. Among terrified civilians and overwhelmed hospitals, Batman realized this plan wasn't about killing, it was about breaking the city's spirit. After confronting Scarecrow, a message from the Joker revealed this was only the first act of the show. Now Gotham stands on the edge of collapse, and Batman faces the hardest choice of his life.
Reports came in of simultaneous robberies across several points in the city: banks, old courthouses, and even charity centers. The attack pattern was distinct. Two-Face was playing with justice, a justice determined by the flip of a coin, with innocent people as its victims.
Batman chose one of the locations, an old bank that was once a symbol of trust. Inside the building, employees leaned against the walls, and the sound of a metal coin spinning on the floor filled the space. Two-Face was smiling, as if he truly believed his actions were fair. Batman emerged from the shadows. Two-Face paused and held up the coin. He asked who luck would favor today. Batman didn't answer. He knew arguing with someone whose logic was broken was pointless. The only way was to stop him.
The fight was short but brutal. Fists were exchanged and glass shattered. Finally, Two-Face fell to the ground, but before passing out, he said everything was proceeding according to plan, and the Joker was always one step ahead, a sentence that etched itself into Batman's mind.
Batman handed Two-Face over to the police, but peace did not come. The Joker was still free, still laughing, still directing the game. Batman felt that every decision he made was exactly what the Joker wanted. At night, another message arrived. This time, a live feed from Gotham's abandoned docks. The Joker, in wet clothes and with a smiling face, said the end of the show was near, and Batman was invited to sit in the front row. Batman knew it was a trap, but he had no choice. If he didn't go, people would die. If he went, maybe he would. Nevertheless, he adjusted his cape and headed toward the docks, the place where the past and present met. The docks were empty and dark. The sound of the water was soothing, but the electrical cables left in the water screamed danger. The Joker had set this scene with obsession, a stage designed to break a hero. The Joker stepped out of the darkness and said he always knew this day would come. The day Batman would be forced to choose, saving the life of his enemy or adhering to his code. Batman said nothing, but he knew this choice would no longer be simple.
The Joker began recounting the story of the young boy, precise and ruthless. He confessed that he killed the father not for money, but to watch a life break. For the first time, Batman's breath grew heavy. The Joker said this city would be filled with orphan children, and Batman couldn't save them all.
Batman stepped forward and grabbed the Joker by the collar. He didn't scream, didn't threaten. He just said this game was over. The Joker laughed and said the game was right here. Then he pointed to the water beneath their feet, where the power cables had been left earlier. At that very moment, the sound of gunfire rang out. The remnants of Scarecrow's men attacked from a distance. Batman was forced to release the Joker and engage them. The fight was intense, but brief. When it was all over and silence returned, the Joker was no longer where he had been. Batman turned and saw the Joker standing on the metal edge of the pier. Rain washed his face, but his smile didn't fade. The Joker said he had always wished to see how far Batman was willing to go, and tonight he would get his answer. Suddenly, the metal beneath the Joker's feet gave way. He lost his balance and fell into the water. At that exact moment, one of the power cables, damaged during the fight, sparked and fell into the water. The current activated, and the surface of the water lit up. The Joker struggled in the water. He screamed, but he was still laughing. Batman ran to the edge of the pier and reached out his hand, but the electrified water acted like an invisible wall,
preventing him from getting close. Every step forward was a risk of death for himself. Batman looked around, searching for a way to cut the power, but the control box was damaged and there was no time. The Joker, feeling the pain, locked eyes with Batman and said this was the best ending, an ending where Batman was forced to just watch. The current intensified. The Joker's body convulsed in the water. His laughter slowly turned into wheezing. Batman screamed, but his voice was lost in the rain. This was the first time Batman was truly helpless. The Joker's eyes calmed for a moment. His lips moved, and his final sentence was that Batman didn't break his rule, but he still lost. Then his body went still and floated on the water. The laughter that had tormented Gotham for years fell silent. The power cut out and the water went dark. Batman jumped down and pulled the Joker out, but it was too late. There was no pulse, no breath. Batman kneeled and just stared for a few seconds. Not out of victory, not out of relief, just from the weight of the end.
The police arrived. No one asked questions. Everyone understood that this death wasn't a simple murder. The Joker was dead, but Batman wasn't a killer. He just hadn't been able to save him. A difference that matters on paper, but not in Batman's mind.
I am so glad you stayed with me until this point in the video. Please make sure to share your thoughts on this video in the comments, and to support the channel, please subscribe so you don't miss out on future videos.